We're going to go live here. All right, we are going to call the meeting to order, and we will start with our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we are in Robinson Huron Treaty Territory. The land on which we are gathered is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and known as Pawading. Pawading is the home of the Garber First Nation, Pachawana First Nations, and the historic Sault Ste. Marie Métis Council. We honor and respect these Indigenous people as the ancestors and traditional stewards of the land upon which we stand today. May our relationships with the land teach us to live and work in good relationship with one another. Approval of the agenda by Councillor Weir, seconded by Councillor Caputo.
Be it resolved that the council hereby accepts the agenda for Tuesday, December 9th, 2025, and any addendums as presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Disclosure of pecuniary interest? None. Minutes of the previous meeting, moved by Councillor Caputo, seconded by Councillor Jutenko.
Be it resolved that council hereby accepts the minutes of the regular council meeting of November 17th and the special meeting minutes of December 3rd, 2025, and any addendums as presented.
Any questions about the previous meetings? All in favor?
Aye.
Questions and information arising out of the minutes not otherwise on the agenda? None. Petitions and or delegations? None. Staff reports. Fire report December 2025, moved by Councillor Chutenko, seconded by Councillor Caputo.
Be it resolved that council hereby accepts the December 2025 fire report as information.
Questions about the fire report?
This is Steve's not coming tonight?
All in favor?
All right.
Thank you. Treasurer's reports, check logs, and revenues October 2025, moved by Councillor Caputo, seconded by Councillor Weir.
Be it resolved that council hereby accepts the treasurer's report, check logs, and revenues October 2025 as information.
Any questions about the treasurer reports? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And Beaver Trapper report, November 2025, moved by Councillor Jutenko and seconded by Councillor Weir.
Be it resolved that council hereby accepts the Beaver Trappers report for November 2025 as information.
Kevin.
I think we're in a pretty good position for spring, but there really isn't anything threatening. Prince Lake levels will probably be high, but overall, I think we're in good shape. Those couple of issues that came up, you probably have the notes from my tour right from the last couple of months, and everything dropped. There wasn't anything that couldn't be taken care of. I think Archibald's going to take a notch out of the walls. I think the map, I don't know if, did that work out with the map? There's some numbers, did everyone see that? There was some numbers on that. So that's kind of helpful. I don't have the map with me, but I wrote some notes, these are the areas that we've been referring to most often. So like area, oh, I can have that one? So area, thanks. Oh, do you have the other? Oh, beauty. So 1 and 2, right, that's the creek that crosses second line just before Prince Lake Road. So there's a dam upstream, north of second line, and a dam downstream. And those were pretty high. That was the original conversation.
Yeah.
It's come down considerably because the first couple of weeks when I was catching, and it wasn't letting me fix the notches, and we made 3 or 4 on both. And then dam 2, I met a young guy there who just moved in. I think his name was Carson or something. And he was pretty good monitoring that and letting me park in the driveway and walk through the back. So it made it pretty easy. And he could also see that the original creek bed through there is really nice. It's pretty, it's gravelly. You'd never know it was there when it's flooded out, kind of like Hill Road. Like there's a nice little creek through there. When it's flooded, you can't see that. So he's happy to see that tree. And they'll have less flies, mosquitoes, and less stagnant water in there with it flowing nicely down. We never went any further upstream or downstream once I could see the flow. I did go all the way down though. If you look at number 4, that's where the bridge construction is. So that's actually the same creek. So when I got 1 and 2 flowing, went down to take a look at that. It's flowing really nice. And that's what it looks like, that gravel bottom, and the fish like it. So that's flowing well. 3 is where Archibald's going to notch that dam. I sat a couple times and I was discharged, and I thought, you know, if he drops the water level, I can walk up and trap the house if necessary. So, and if he does it now, it'll be too late they'll either move upstream or they're just gonna have to tough it out for the winter. They're not going to be repairing that, so it should flow all winter. 5, I haven't had to look at that for years since like Brian Evans and I went. That was the original call, maybe like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That creek, just north of where the bridge is being built, that was all flooded out. I haven't seen that high again since then. There is a lot of water upstream. I made notes on a few places for beaver culverts. That upper dam that holds a lot of water, if that let go, I think it would overwhelm that culvert. A little more flow there would be nice. So I kind of outlined, I think there were 3 places. That spot, and let me see the general. Where's that? Okay, north end side dam, South Creek. Yeah, could be a problem that Bradley, maybe there. Yeah, I think so. Maybe there were only 2 where I thought putting a beaver culvert in would be advantageous. The outflow of Prince Lake, which would notch it. The simple way is just to put like, some weeping tile in, but you have to, sink it, put it in a 5-gallon pail and get it down so they can't see it, like cover it, mess with it. A beaver culvert has a rebar nose to it and it's underwater. It's hard for them to block. The other thing is putting a regular culvert and then building a cage around it. So you kind of build the cage with the right diameter hole for the culvert, and then you put that right under the water. And that's at Prince at the far end.
Yeah.
That would be a nice way to always maintain some outflow. And then they do their thing, culverts underneath. You might not even have to mess with the beavers. Some of them are even adjustable where there's some kind of a valve where you can control the water level. But I don't think that would be too hard to do. Getting in there is a little tricky. Daryl Sherlock was really good. We went in a couple times from his place, and he's got the 4-wheeler there, and we notched that to see how it would flow, and then by the end of the night, he sent me a drone picture of 2 beavers standing on they were fixing it, and they looked at the drone there, and they're just looking at the drone. I'm like, oh, they'll have that fixed in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
I said, a culvert there, and maybe that a small one at that spot on Gagnon Road where there's a lot of water held back. I know I've been all the way to the end of that, and Moose Hills keep a pretty good eye on that. So it got really high, and then they drained it, and it came downstream, and it flowed because Brian and I were working at the other end. So they don't let that get out of hand. But there's just that one reservoir that isn't too far from baseline. It's kind of high up. Like you stand on the low side of the dam, it's like 6 or 8 feet above your head. If that let go, it could be bad. If we put a small beaver culvert in there and keep it flowing. So I'd say that in Prince, maybe those could be some spring considerations. Yeah. The only other thing that I noted, the water that let go the year that you called it after the storm, it looks like grassland now.
Yeah.
Like it
does.
I hiked up there once and it was pretty low, and it doesn't seem to have come back. Right. Good to keep an eye on it. If they start building, that'd be another place for a beaver culvert. Yeah. Like just so you always have flow. They can't cut it off. It's probably a nicer spring or summer project. You have to get in the water and get wet. And Prince is pretty deep. It's doable. Other than that, I think unless there's something that we don't know about, I think things are flowing pretty good. I'm happy. I just foresee putting a couple of these culverts underneath the dam. When the water's flowing, and they don't know what's happening. They're not going to plug that. And if we cage it,
that's all we care about, is just to make sure that water's flowing so that it doesn't build up, right? Because that's where it's going to cause chaos.
Yeah, and for these bigger ones, maybe that's the ticket.
Are they fairly dormant in the winter?
The beavers? Yeah, you know what they do? They make a feeding bed. So the house is in the water. It's a big dome. And there's a door. There are 2 doors. One they use to get rid of. It's a bathroom door. They don't go in and out. They throw feces out. The other one they go in and out. And that in front of that door, you're gonna see all these sticks piled up under the water, kind of souring. They're curing their winter feed. They call it a feed bed. And the size of the house and the size of the feed bed kind of tells me how many beavers are there. So you see a big house with a big feed bed, it's like, okay, they're set up. They worked hard. There's a lot in there. If there's no feed bed, maybe it's dormant. Well, how do they survive? If there's also a little bit of a vent on top. If you go to the live houses now, you'll see a little bit of chimney where the warm air is coming out, and there's a bit of a hole up there. And they'll come out and putter around and do little repairs, but they don't really need to. Like, they're pretty good. They'll stay under. They don't have to come up on the ice. They set themselves up pretty good, and they'd be so vulnerable, up on the ice. And I think one of the ways we trap them, when they do their dam maintenance, they don't have to come up. If they leave the house, they swim downstream to the dam, and then they go back and forth along the dam. So the old trappers taught me to set perpendicular to the dam. And I thought, there's no way this is going to work.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Kevin, put the trap this way, and they're going to do this dam, and they do it. And you get them going. They go into the underwater, and they go back and forth, and check, and they'll but you don't know what's happening,
Right.
Because they're doing that underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't actually have to come up. They have everything they need. It's pretty amazing.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then the problem is now there'll be a bunch of little ones born, and then the older ones are going to get kicked out, and they're going to go downstream and build a new house and a new dam, and then they're and eventually it's at a road, So we can keep going upstream, but we generally try not to.
Yeah.
But right now, I think we've got the roadways under control.
Yeah.
That other map that shows Prince, the other side that shows Prince Lake, the Prince Lake Road, like 7, 8, and 9. Those are the dams, like right on Prince Lake Road where the culverts are. And we did those in the summer. And I would have kept going if the bears figured out what was happening.
Yeah.
And then they stole the traps, they stole the beavers. I was like tracking them to try and get my traps back. They just dragged everything.
Yeah.
Once they figure out, we just sit here when I hear that snap noise, I'll go and get my stuff.
Yeah.
Like they spin the steel right out. But we did drop it. We got some beavers. And Hill Road, since we did that the year before, it's just a little creek now. And then the only other mark, that 12, is the far end of Prince Lake on the map.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I really can't think of anything else. It's,
All good reports from the Walls Road.
they were happy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it made change considerably.
He wouldn't go down there. It's pretty perilous. You must have seen
Yeah,
Mr. Caruso getting down there.
yeah. There's
You think a beaver would have knocked that over? And
the
I don't think you can get a stick or a long pole that long to move your.
what
What I read about what you said.
setting off the traps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some people don't. I think if it's visible and they see me setting, a few cars will drive by when I'm setting, and I think they get the idea. Oh, this is setting traps for beavers. It's the way that it's discharged. It used to happen on Gagnon Road all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's put
That's
forward.
easier to access. Walls Road is hard to access. You must have found yourself.
No. You pull up in front of Nick's on the right, and then you walk along the guardrail, and there's a trail right to the top of the culvert. Like across from McParniac.
On the west side of the
On the west side,
Yeah,
you pull up the guardrail, and you walk forward a little bit, and then there's a spot where the ground's even on both sides of the guardrail. You can step over without the drop, and there's a little trail down. It's clear, and you walk right down to the
Did not know that.
down to the dam. It's a U-shaped dam in front of the culvert.
Yeah.
And the culvert has a big tree in front of it that I leave there in case I ever fell. I didn't cut that out because it'd be something you could grab so you're not going through the culvert. So
Are you by yourself now when you're doing this?
Oh, it gets dark so early. I'm out there with a headlamp.
Right.
Because by the time you get off work, right, and I want to
I
do
got
that.
you.
Sometimes it's better to do it at that time because I see someone that doesn't like that goes down there. They're so sensitive. You just hit it with a stick, and a lot of times it'll be forward.
Gotcha.
It'll have a stick in it or something, and then you reset it. Thinking, well, let's
Anyway,
see.
all good things from the people.
Yeah, that's good. They were pretty good. I went there one day to the guys.
Mr. Walls is his name.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, Mr. Wall. Yeah, that's right. And so he was happy. And then really, if so, Archibald's going to notch that U-shaped dam in front of with the little machine, and then pull it up. That'll get things flowing and drop the water level. And then really, I can go through Mr. Wall's place and walk. The house is up top. So if they start rebuilding that in front of the culvert in the spring, before the water gets too deep, or else I knew to get in there. There was so much water. I'll just walk right up to the house and sat there and just say, no, this is off.
Awesome.
Cool.
Is this a speaker or a camera?
It's a camera.
That's nice. So you could broadcast
It's a
to the
360
community.
camera.
We're live on air right now.
Yeah.
I won't say anything bad.
Everything's great, but it was a great report on behalf of
It
me.
is, yeah.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad I try to give a picture of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I thought the map would
No,
help
that's great.
because a few times when we were, saying North Dam, South Dam, who knows what,
No, I'm very,
that we can
thank
just,
you.
if
Very,
something
very much.
else goes on, we can just add to the map.
Yeah.
Put a mark on there and.
I like it because it actually can show the constituents even like the actual amount of beavers that we have in the area.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, you
it's-
could go and go.
It really,
Yeah.
it really is, I don't wanna say it's a
That we
problem,
know
but it can be a problem, right?
Yeah, well, those spots are the spots that are near, near the roadways. If we
Yes.
follow that creek.
Yeah.
You're going to dam.
Yeah,
dam,
exactly.
dam, all the way from Prince Lake to Lake Superior.
Yep.
We had the drone, there was another one.
Yep,
another one.
yep.
Okay, well,
Oh, yeah, they're
We
like,
could go crazy.
one after another,
We
yeah.
we just want the first one.
that's right, we just don't wanna damage our roadways.
Just keep the road where it is. and we're
Exactly,
good.
exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you. Have a
Merry
good night.
Christmas. All right. Any other questions about the Beaver report? All in favor? Thank you. There is no planning. Bylaws. A, bylaw 2025-47 to appoint an emergency information officer, moved by Councillor Caputo, seconded by Councillor Chutinko.
Be it resolved that bylaw 2025-47 being a bylaw to appoint Megha Trivedi as the emergency information officer for the Township of Prince be read a first, second, and third time and finally 9th day of 2025.
Any questions about the emergency information officer? All in favor? Thank you. Yes,
I
sorry.
just wanted to, thank, her for stepping forward and
Yeah.
taking this responsibility on. It's, very admirable of you and, anything that we can help or I can help with, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. And bylaw 2025-48 to establish a policy regarding circumstances in which a municipality requires a recount. This is in regards to an election. Moved by Councillor Chutinko, seconded by Councillor Caputo.
Be it resolved that a bylaw 2025-48 being a bylaw to establish a recount policy be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed this 9th day of December 2025.
Any questions about that? All in favor? Thank you. Bylaw 2025-49 to regulate election signs and election campaign advertisements, including third-party advertising, moved by Councillor Weir, seconded by Councillor Caputo.
Be it resolved that bylaw 2025-49 being a bylaw to regulate election signs and election campaign advertisements, including third-party advertising within the Township of Prince, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed this 9th day of December 2025.
Any questions about that?
This is, new to me. I was gonna ask about this.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, I know that, we are now in the, pretty much the middle of December and in, 10 and a half, 11 months, we have our next election. So this is first I was seeing of it when I read it yesterday.
For sure. So these bylaws have to be in place prior to the end of December before the election. That's why we're doing it now.
So it's a continuing thing.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
this happened back in,
Yeah, that's
got you.
So we have to have these bylaws in place and there are deadlines by the end of December, so that's why we're passing them.
So were there amendments to the bylaw that we did 4 years ago or
I don't,
8 years ago, or is it?
Yes, so there was one established in 2014 for the Township of Prince regarding the election signs, but it did not include the Elections Act. It only reflected the Municipal Act, 2001.
Where you can put your sign, when you can put it up and how far, yes, I remember now. Thank you for jogging my memory.
any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. All in favor?
Aye,
Okay, thank you.
that'll come up real quick.
It will for sure. Motions and notice of motions. Pay equity plan, moved by Councillor Chutinko, seconded by Councillor Weir.
Be it resolved that Council hereby approves the Township of Prince Pay Equity Plan as presented and authorize the staff to sign and implement the plan.
So for the pay equity plan, we actually added the rink attendants and the seasonal snow removal person. So that was the change to the pay equity plan. Any questions about that?
I was just looking at the wages. So this is above and beyond our budget and what we had for our budget. This will be incorporated in the future for future.
Yes.
Any other questions? All in favor? Thank you. Vanier Bridge replacement approval for additional engineering services, moved by Councilor Weir, seconded by Councilor Caputo.
Be it resolved that council received the request from Talak Engineering dated December 2025 regarding additional engineering services required for the Canyon Road Bridge replacement project, and that council approved the additional engineering fees in the amount of $26,915 for pile foundation redesign, additional inspections, extended construction duration, and related engineering work as outlined in correspondence. And further that council authorized staff to allocate the additional cost of the Canyon Road Bridge capital project funded through existing capital project allocations.
Any questions about that? Yes.
I don't have any questions. It's more of a statement. I understand that they ran into some issues when they were doing this bridge, but they are the experts. And I don't know, this doesn't feel good to me at all. You know, they've already come back. We had to do an extension. At some point, there has to be some accountability to the quote and the job that you put forward to us. I'm just at a loss that this just keeps coming back to council.
For sure. I can say, before, it was much higher. We did get a bill for much higher. Our treasurer went to bat for us and actually got it reduced to this amount. So there were some negotiations that did happen, and this is where it landed. So it was much higher. I don't like it either. I really don't. However, we've done the best we can to reduce it as much as we could.
I think I picked the wrong profession going forward. When you read the report, and I'm with Councilor Weir on this, I brought this up before, we shouldn't be responsible for something that we agreed to pay in full and the contractor paid in full for services rendered. Tulloch, at the beginning when we got the $42,000 bill from them for their, and now I see the pricing, like 19 hours at $125 an hour as the inspector. I'd like the breakdown as what he inspected and what took 19 hours. I don't know his job. Now, the engineer I can see at $165 an hour because they are educated. They have a little ring that says they are certified, and we need that to have this all take place. But after what Mayor Mazeron just said, I'd like to also thank our treasurer for her above and beyond work. And I'm glad I don't know the bigger price, but I still, with Councilor Weir on this, I don't think it's right, especially when we paid in good faith for a job and it should have been, and it's still not complete, but I'm not gonna go there.
I'm curious what we signed, like on the contract.
Everything was up and up with the contract and that. I can't answer that. It's up to the mayor and
So for the next January council meeting, if you want to present the contract again, we can definitely do that. And I do not recall the exact amounts signed with Talak on the top of my head, but I can definitely give you a report on that.
Okay. I'm just curious what they say in it for situations like this. Yeah.
I mean, we can definitely look into that. My understanding is it's an estimate and a quote. I don't know the legal wording. We can absolutely look into it though, for sure. Any other comments, questions?
Do we have a date now that we can say it's gonna open?
Yes,
We do?
Friday, December 12th.
Oh, this week?
Yeah.
All right. We got a little bit of work to do. I went by there today.
They did say they would still have some cleanup to do around the area, but it'll be open for use.
And the paving will be in June.
Yeah, but it's to pick up at a plat over top of the two.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, so all in favor?
Make a motion.
If we do not agree to pay the fee, there may be penalties incurred, but we can look into that. So it is not carried.
Mayor, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
We did everything that we could do. We said everything that we were gonna say. We paid everything we were gonna pay.
Mhm. For sure, I hear you, absolutely. No,
wanna
I
make
hear
sure
you.
that was said.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We will look into it and we will get back to council with our next steps.
Yes, what is the deadline for payment?
We have not mentioned that yet.
They have not. So I'm with Councillor Trenko. I would like to look at the contract and the wording, if it's budgetary, because if it's a budgetary quote, that is the quote. And just look at some of the,
Us, not approving of this right now, will it impact this week and the December 12th open date?
I don't think so.
No. There's, I'm sorry but there's a deficiency and there's deficiencies that they have to fix if something is wrong or right. There has to be another look at to make sure, and that'll probably be in the spring, I would assume.
Yeah.
But, so owing on December the 12th, if we had to pay, would be how much?
26,000.
16 more thousand?
26.
26, I'm sorry. I forgot my glass.
No, that's okay, $26,915. Excuse me. Any other questions about that item? Okay. Printer proposal, Xerox at Altalink, C8230, moved by Councillor Chutenko, seconded by Councillor Weir. That was a mouthful.
Be it resolved that council hereby receives the Xerox printer purchase proposal as information.
Any comments or questions about the Xerox printer purchase proposal?
Just one question. I was looking at the number 2 in the background. We rent it
Yes.
for an annual of $1,400, which is like $132, whatever, a month. And if anything goes wrong with the rental agreement, they come right out and they look and fix and everything else.
Yes.
So will that change after we do the actual purchase, and will it incur a cost
Yes. We will
of them
incur
coming
costs,
to
yes.
fix, look at, or, whereas right now, the $1,400 a month that we pay. And this is on your best of interest, is it, Meg? You're suggesting this and recommending this?
I think council requested this.
I
You're
remember,
recommending the purchase?
I remember
No,
talking.
but-
No,
Council
we're not.
requested us to look into the purchase of a
Yes.
photocopier.
But
When
she's
we
recommending
were-
that we don't purchase.
Oh, don't,
Yes.
okay,
No.
Sorry.
bad, I
No, no,
I retract,
No, no.
I think we're good.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? All in favor? The resolution is to receive the proposal as information. It is not saying that we are purchasing. Correct. Everyone?
Yeah, and for $2,000 a year,
Right.
with a perfect maintenance package, I misread, I apologize.
No, all good.
At $1,450 a year for rental and up to $500 to $600 per year for toner and that. If we don't have 900-page agenda, I'm good. That's already budgeted, it's been working well. I know it's gonna probably go up, because everything is.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Correspondence, Gagne Road Bridge Construction Update, Tulloch Engineering, moved by Councillor Tutenko, seconded by Councillor Weir.
Be it resolved that the correspondence from Township Engineering dated December 5, 2025 regarding the update on Gagnon Road Bridge construction received as information.
Questions about that? None? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Minutes of boards and committees, Recreation Committee minutes, November 25th, 2025, moved by Councillor Weir, seconded by Councillor Caputo.
Be it resolved that council hereby accepts the Rec Committee minutes for November 25th, 2025 as information.
Questions about the Rec Committee minutes?
I just have one. I'd like to say that for maybe a long time, let's not age me, but I'm very happy that Frank DeMarco, one of the co-owners of the Boots and Saddles, is now on the Rec Committee. I think that he's a vibrant, outgoing, and hopefully gets more attending to the, because he'll give it all he has. I just wanted to say what an addition to the Recreation Committee. And he's louder than I am. Oh, can I say it out loud? I know Frank for many, 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 many years.
Yes, I think he'd appreciate that.
His music machine played my wedding. We've been friends forever.
Any other comments or questions about the Rec Committee minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I agree with you, Councillor Caputo. Not that he's louder, but he's a great addition.
Oh, by the way, that Wild Game dinner was a great part. I'm sorry, I forgot that part. It was a good, I'm glad you're bringing back the ugly sweater party. Sorry, that's it.
Okay. Public Library Board of Trustees, November 2025, moved by Councillor Trutenko, seconded by Councillor Caputo.
Be it resolved that council hereby accepts the library board minutes for November 2025 as information.
Any questions about the Library Board minutes? Trustees, sorry, Board of Trustees.
So has anybody stepped up or on, or is everybody still retiring?
Still retiring.
Still, eh?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. There is no new business. Confirming bylaw 2025-50, moved by Councillor Caputo, seconded by Councillor Weir.
Be it resolved that bylaw 2025 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council up to and including December 9th, 2025 be given a first, second, and third reading and finally passed this 9th day of December 2025.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And adjournment, moved by Councillor Weir, seconded by Councillor Caputo.
Be it resolved that council hereby adjourns at 6:33 p.m. to meet again for the next regular meeting on Tuesday, January 13th, 2026 at 6 p.m. or at the call of the meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
13,
13, yeah.
January